all these companies that have huge financial investments in culture also measure it. They're not just throwing this money out there to see what sticks. I see this all the time when I do things like Salesforce assessments and just, hey, let's get the information, a bunch of data on a bunch of different axes of how your sales team, sales management, sales strategy, sales training, all these things are performing. Let's see where the gaps are, and then we know where we could invest some money to see the highest return on investment to improve our sales force. And you hear so many sales managers just say, "Oh, well, you can't measure those sorts of things." Or I had one a couple of weeks ago tell me, "Well, our sales are up 30% this year." Great, why? Total silence.
Right.
Couldn't tell me why. And you know what? You go in and you do the data, and there'll be a handful of rock star performers dragging along the rest of the team.
Yeah.
So, well, instead of spending money to give the rock star performers tools and processes that they don't need and don't want and that aren't going to move the needle, why don't we figure out whether it's sales strategy, training, sales metrics, sales tools that we need to invest in our underperformers to bring them up? What's wrong with having data?
Yeah. And it's interesting because kind of going back to culture, like a lot of people want data. They say they use data, but when we actually see how much it gets put together and how much it gets referenced, it does, the two don't necessarily jive. What's being said and what's being done don't correlate.